now for the game show.
Welcome to another episode of the Insanely Awesome Quiz Show. Today we have a very special guest. It's a former Navy officer.
No.
Former Navy not officer.
There you go.
So, we're going to have a very special quiz today. It's going to be almost a naval-based quiz. How about that? At least one of the questions is going to be a naval-based question.
Okay.
All right, so are we ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready, sir.
All right, so what we always do is introduce the guest. Today we have
Bruce.
Bruce with us. And like I said, he's a former naval not officer. Petty officer?
Yeah.
Petty officer? You a petty officer?
Petty
Okay, he was a petty officer. That's like, you know, you have petty theft and then petty officer. Is that the same thing?
It's kind of the same thing.
Kind
It's
of
in
the same
yeah.
thing, in the same family.
Right.
All right, so he's going to be our contestant today, and he may even score points. So are you ready to do this?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go. Question number 1. What is the name of the Israeli naval system, naval people, whatever they're called, prior to 1944?
Prior to 1944, well, seeing as the Israeli state wasn't made until after World War II, there wasn't a name for it. It didn't exist.
So is that your final answer?
Right. There was no state of Israel until post-World War II. So therefore, 1944, it was nothing.
Now, he thinks that I didn't know this.
You did.
But I definitely did know this. Everyone knows the Israeli state was made after the peace treaty that was signed in Paris in 1944. Everyone knows this. But I did not ask about the Israeli state, did I? I definitely did not. I said Israeli. There have been Israelis for as long as time has been around.
Well, we're talking about biblical times, like the Israelites. They didn't have a navy either.
Did they?
I don't
Are
think
you
so.
sure? Are you sure about this?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Noah.
Are you sure?
Dad.
No, it
because
was not.
like in the
Hey,
middle.
Never mind, I'm talking to
Say
somebody
it
else.
again.
Nothing.
Say it again, cameraman that's not supposed to be talking to me. Messing up my quiz show. All right, so your final answer is that there is no such thing as an Israeli Navy
No.
prior to 1944
Yes.
at all.
Right.
You know what? He is definitely incorrect. You know what? Because I respect him so much, because you know he served, and I don't know how to salute, so I'm not going to. Because Little P has told me every time that I try to salute that I do it definitely wrong, so I'm not going to try. But out of deference to the people that serve, because I really respect them, because I tried to serve and they were really smart and did not let me serve. So I definitely have respect for these people and the ones that did serve, because they definitely risk their lives every day for me, who probably does not deserve to take up space.
I thought this was about you asking me questions and
I'm trying to pay respect
but I'm
to
just
the
saying,
armed
like,
forces.
I've had
Okay.
enough of this your little
That's fine.
soliloquy
Okay,
about
fine.
you serving.
Okay,
So
fine. Are you ready for question number 2?
bring it on.
All right, question number 2, because you know what? He has just doomed himself to utter failure. Giving me
Well,
all
please
this.
excuse me for interrupting PJ's monologue, but please give me what's your question?
Wait a minute, you should have just stopped at excuse me for interrupting PJ dialogue. That's where he just stopped. But no, he had to keep on going. So, question
Okay.
number 2.
Bring that.
What is the exact length of my longest hair when I was 16 years old? And for the record, I did cut it out and tape it on a piece of paper. And
Okay,
measure it.
before I answer this question,
Yes.
I see what you're doing here. I see how you set your questions up, but I'm gonna answer it.
All right, you're gonna
And
answer it.
based on prior footage
Mhm.
that I've seen of you,
Yep, there we go.
I'm going to say 18 inches.
18 inches. That's an admirable guess, except he's guessing, and the prior footage he's referring to is from when I was in my 20s, not when I was 16. When I was 16, my hair was 4.25 inches long. So
Wait,
You are
Dad.
completely wrong.
You mean
yes.
like on top of your head?
On top of my head, yes.
Oh, okay.
Where else were you?
Well,
Well, you just said hair.
Cameraman!
You weren't specific.
Him, I definitely wasn't, but the one that I cut out. I cut it out. So the one
You
I
can cut it out
Or
from
pull it out. I
anywhere.
pulled it out at the root, actually. 'cause
I'm with you, Lil P. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, really?
Yeah, sure did.
Okay.
Sure did. Any more questions? No, because this is my quiz, so I ask the question. So, we're on to question number 3. And remember, if you watch the points video description, you know that this is the highest scoring point, and you can actually win the game with answering this
Has
question.
anyone ever
correctly.
won?
Well, as of now, as of this episode, someone has won a half of a point out of 30. Now,
Okay. Where am
Most
I?
of the
The
time-
first one I got right?
no. Most of the time, you round up, 0.5 up to 1.
Okay.
But because this is my quiz show, we definitely rounded that 0.5 down to 0.
Okay.
So no one actually has any points. So, we're on to question number 3.
Question number 3.
And for the people that did not watch this question, it's worth 15 points.
15 points.
But I do allow for partial credit as the person that got 0.5 points.
Get the
Now,
feeling I'm not getting
that one,
getting credit.
that video
Go ahead.
is actually it has been released on May 12th, 2017. So if you want, you can go and watch that video and see how they answered.
Okay.
Now, for you, sir, question number 3.
Number 3. Let's go.
Black is a color. Black is also a race. Black is also not a color. Which one of those questions is false? Or statements is false?
Okay. Well, this answer that I'm about to give you is an answer.
All right.
The answer that I'm about to give you,
I think I
Could
know what
be
his
wrong.
answer is. Okay.
but the answer that I'm about to give you could be right.
All right.
So I'm going to say the last statement you made is not the correct answer.
You know what? That was very, very clever. But since on this quiz show we only accept correct answers, that is incorrect. So, how do you feel, sir? You almost scored points there.
Wait. Can you explain that to everyone?
Explain which to everyone.
Like,
Why
how
you
was
didn't
it
get points?
clever? And
Oh, it was clever. Last week we saw a guy who tried to answer the answer that PJ says is correct is the correct answer. He tried.
but
to
does
do
he
that.
know about that?
No, of course he doesn't, because he doesn't watch the videos. Otherwise, he'd been a little bit more prepared.
But
So he tried to answer. He said he told me which answer is incorrect. That is not the question that we asked. We asked which one. We want to know the correct answer. While it was clever, and because he was a naval petty officer, he should be clever and strong and tall, which he is all of those things. But he's still a loser on the insanely awesome quiz show. And with that, we're signing out. My name is PJ Liddell, your host, and we'll see you next time.
like the video.
Comment. I subscribe to the channel, so you should too.
If you want good food, subscribe. You heard them people. Like, comment, subscribe.